your own life, it actually prevents you from being a light to others. It actually prevents you. Look at your empathetic heart. The minute I started telling you the story, something connected in you and the tears came in your eyes. I just see so much empathy. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're an empathetic person. You've got this wonderful, soft, loving heart. Imagine shame holds you back from being a light to someone else who needs this empathy that you have, this love that you can give. And you just believe some lie in your own head and you feel embarrassed about something or you hold yourself back. Don't do that. There's so much of you that I can see that you have this, you can just love. You will just be able to love others. Yeah. So you need to be able to love others. So you can't hold yourself back.
Thank
You
you,
can't
Joel.
be the one who goes to the little corner
Yeah.
and, no more. You need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit because there's so much of you to give. And there are people that need you. There's lots of people that don't have the same degree as empathy that you do.
Yeah. And Joel, I want to share another thing is I feel ashamed is when my son was young, I don't hate him now, but when he was young, I always hit his bum, maybe not face or head, when
Mm,
he didn't listen to me. He said, "Mom, I want to play the video games," or "Mom, I want to something else." But he didn't finish his homework or he didn't play the piano. So I was so strict. And if he doesn't listen to me, then I hit his bum. So after I hit his bum, the little boy was crying. Oh, my heart was broken. I, oh, I think I'm a bad mom, and I, I, I feel ashamed. Why I can't control my emotions, my temper. That's terrible. And sometimes I quarreled with my family, my mom, even when she was helping my with my the house household.
yeah.
I still complained, oh, why you didn't clean this well or something. um why I feel so ashamed. I'm a bad guy and a bad person. I she is so kind. She's getting old. She's still helping us. Why I complained? I shouldn't do that. After I complained, I realized, but I don't know why I can't realize that before I said those words that words are not good. I don't know.
So here's the first thing I want to pull out from what you just said. You just used you just used the I am. Some of the things you did, maybe you regret, but you are not a bad person, right? That your actions are not defining you as a bad person. The first thing I saw about you is your empathy, your heart, your self-reflection here. I can see you are a good person. There's nothing bad about you. But sometimes what happens is when we lose self control, we might respond or react in a certain way. Some of that comes from our own childhood. Sometimes we learn how to behave in a certain way from how we've been brought up, right? Sometimes it's society. There's a certain way in society and the pressures and the expectations. But here's the thing, my love, that I want to tell you. How old is your son now?
13 years old.
Right, that's an excellent age. Okay, it's an excellent age. What you can do is you can change the way that you are with him going forward, how you respond to these things. So, I personally don't believe in hitting at all because it doesn't actually, it's just parenting in fear as opposed to parenting via love. Okay. So, but there must be a consequence. If they haven't done something that they should have done, if they haven't done it, enough of it or whatever, you're wanting them to do that because you love them. You're wanting them to do that because you want to make the best of their lives, to give them every opportunity for the future. Your intentions are good. So there must be a consequence. For our house, the consequence is the telephone, because my children are, my daughter, the telephone is like her second arm. So if there's something that she hasn't done, I don't have to shout. I don't have to even, all I have to do to is go and say, my darling, you were meant to do this. You didn't do this. That's your phone, please, 24 hours. That's it. Sometimes I'll even say to her, if depending on what she's done, when it's really been not okay, I might say to her, listen, I'm not going to talk to you about it now. Go to sleep now. We'll talk about it in the morning. I do love you. There is going to be a consequence. She's 15. I'm going to reflect on how long, because I know it's going to be linked to the phone again, but I said I'm going to reflect on how long for, and I will tell you when I've sat and worked through it. Because I also don't want to be unreasonable and say something that I can't stick to, or say in anger, I'm taking it for a month. So you have to have a strategy. You have to have a strategy. You need to decide upfront, what is the consequence going to be, and how am I going to respond when I'm in that situation? And you make your strategy. And the first few times you might not get it right. You might yell and then hold yourself back or whatever. But the more you have the strategy, the more you can apply it, until you get to the point where, ping, it won't stop you from feeling angry. But what you can do is you can take a deep breath and you can say, and you apply your strategy like me, give me the phone, please, 24 hours. And then you walk away and you go and deal with your feelings.
Sometimes he doesn't listen. He just indulging
Okay.
himself.
So
No.
you find the right consequence. Find the right consequence. When you find the right consequence, they'll listen. Her phone is like her other arm. If I said to her, you're not having TV for a week. If I said to her, you gotta, it's also harder with a boy. You gotta find the right consequence.
He will find the consequence at school because the teachers will criticize him. So yes, I always remind him, if you don't finish your homework, then the teachers will criticize you, not me. Yeah, I'm not a student.
Just, you might find he listens more the more, he's 13 now. You can
Yeah.
actually have some
He
quite
just
mature
he
conversations
delayed,
with him.
he delayed the to do. So he stepped too late. Maybe sometimes 11:30 p.m. he's still doing his homework. I hope he can organize better.
So help him to find a way to organize better. But the one thing you can do, Ping, and this is something I absolutely do. Remember when we talk about when we feel shame about something, sometimes we have to, confront it and say, sorry. Do you know that we can even do that with our kids? When I lose the plot, and if I, do something that I feel, oh, I shouldn't have, I will go to them and I will say, I'm sorry that I reacted like that. It wasn't right. I'm sorry that I did this. That doesn't
Sometimes
make
he will
us
say,
weak.
Mom, you should apologize for what you are saying now. Yeah, because you got angry. I said sorry. Yes, I
Yeah,
apologize. Yeah.
yes. So, but start doing it before he asks for it now. When you recognize it and you feel the shame, go and say to him, look, you shouldn't have done this, but I shouldn't have reacted this way. I have an expectation that you should, do your work by this time. It's for you. Explain why. It's because I love you. It's because this will give you an opportunity. This is about your future.
Joel,
But I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. So my intention is good. So
It's
I
good.
don't hope it is an excuse to hit the kid. So he's innocent sometimes. I'm trying to think in his way. So I'm a child. So why my mom asked me to play the piano? So but the
Yeah.
other kids, my friends, they're playing downstairs. So I tried anyway. I tried many ways to help myself for example, look at the mirror before you say something to your kids. Yeah, your expression is terrible. Oh, or take
Oh, bless your heart. You know, I love this about you. I love the fact that you are so honest with yourself, and that you reflect on this stuff, and that already, in my mind, already makes you a great parent. Okay, regardless of some of the mistakes you've made or the regrets that you've had, the fact that you feel this way and you care this way already tells me that you're a great
I really
parent.
hope he could. So maybe he in the future he could be so maybe good not good at the study or something. I just hope he could be a kind and soft heart person. He can, yeah, to be kind, to be a kind person.
But then you see, you need to raise him in a way that teaches him how to manage his own anger, he will mirror the way you respond.
Well, that's
So if you
why,
want him,
yeah, that's
yeah,
why I asked him to just play the piano. I know the music sometimes uh, heals the music.
does he love the piano?
He has played for 8 years and he can't stop. He can't stop. But
He loves it.
yes, he loves
Yeah.
it, but he's
Okay.
not do that actively to do that. So, for example, oh, after work, after school, or he just played that. No, no, he was he's waiting for me. So mom said, it's time to play the piano. Then he will go. I hope he can enjoy more, and it's not a task for him. So I always think that, oh, I'm not and so I can't control my temper. Maybe if he so can play the piano very well, it's like a tour, not a tour. It's like talking to the music. So I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, I hope that I can feel that one day.
But then maybe there's a fun way to approach it with him, where he's got to do his like practice and what he's ever, but maybe he can have some challenges, like something that he might enjoy, a little challenge with you about a certain song
Oh
or a,
yes, yes.
you know.
That's a thing that so he doesn't like to play the songs. His teacher asked him to play. He just plays the songs, popular songs online or
Yeah, yeah.
some. So oh no,
So
that's
there's got to be
not.
balance. So you can say to him, like, I will sit and listen to you play a popular song that you love first, then you're going to do this, and then at the end, but here's my you can figure it out. You can figure it
The
out.
teacher said. The teacher said
Here's a little
no,
piece of,
no
no.
popular music. It's like
Oh, forget that.
yeah, it's like
No,
rubbish. So only the classic music is
no.
good or something.
Then he'll end up hating it. No, maybe even change the teacher. The thing is, Ping,
Yeah.
here's because I've got to go to the dentist now, but
Oh,
here's
it's okay.
something
It's
to
okay.
think about. Here's something to think about. We can always have another conversation.
Yes. I don't think I finished
At
it because I
yeah,
saw the audience here. They're talking about maybe something. It's a trauma from my childhood. Yes, my mom did hit me when I
I
was
want you
a child.
to, yes,
Yes,
well, here
yeah,
you go. There's that, and that's the only way you know how to parent right now. So you need a new way to do it. You don't have that
My mom
experience
said
yet.
if you are strict mom, if you are strict dad, then your child will be better in the future. That's my mom's
No, no.
opinion.
There's a difference between teaching them discipline, but doing it with love versus fear. Here's my parting comment to go and think about. We'll run another live stream and have some more conversation, because I feel like we're only scratching at the surface. But
Yes.
as a parent, when our children are very little, we have to parent them as a controller. We are in control. We tell them what to do, how to do. We do half of it for them because they're little. We decide what time they go to bed. We change their clothes. We put them to bed. We bath them. When they are about 9 or 10, we should start moving to parenting them as a consultant. More discussion. My darling, we're having green vegetables tonight. Do you want broccoli or asparagus? But we are having green vegetables. I'm just giving you silly examples. These happened in my house. They'll be different in your culture. But my darling, do you want a shower or bath? Or do you want to do it in the morning? Or do you want to do it tonight? But remember, if you do it in the morning, you're going to have to get up a little bit earlier for school. But what would you like to do? So we start giving them only a couple of options, but we start parenting them as consultants, because what we've got to do, especially, I mean, he's 13, he's a boy. We need to, in order to parent in love and not in fear, we need to start building